Okay. Hello Toastmasters, guests and visitors. So this is the fun part of the Toastmaster meeting where we do table topics. And today it's an assignment for me, so I'm going to give you a slightly different perspective on it, because I will be doing an active listening exercise at the same time. So again, the purpose is to have you guys think on your feet, listen, be involved, and get a chance to show us your wonderful speaking skills, or to just practice whatever comes into your head and throw it out of your mouth. So, also just a reminder, if you can remember, to try and use the word of the day. And I am going to call on my first victim.
Me?
Yes.
I'll put the one close to the middle there. That gives me variety. I can go either way. My purpose in life. That's the heading. What is my purpose in life? Let me think. Since I retired, my purpose in life is to stop working technical issues if I can. And my wife is insisting that I should do that. And one of those things, as you've heard earlier today, I want to be a gourmet cook. Okay, so that's one of my purposes. And the other thing is to be a good husband as well. Now, I've been divorced once, and like I mentioned, was it Keith Floyd? Do you know how many times he was married? 4 times. And he killed his liver. He died at the age of 65. I think he did have a partner at the end, but she gave up on it. So I want to be a good husband. That's one of my purposes there. And I want to be a good father. I've got a son who's about to go off to Canada, emigrate to Canada, and I want to be a good grandfather too, because I've got 2 little boys. My wife from her previous marriage has got a little granddaughter who lives in Phuket. She's just come back from Phuket, and I missed her terribly, terribly. And so that's my purpose in life, is to be a good husband, to be a good father, and to be a good grandfather. Thank you.
So Adrian, you really brought home the purpose of family and how important family is. That is purpose in life, and also the gourmet cooking, the drinking, and Keith Boyd, which means you need to have a lot of fun as well. So, our next person, Anna, if you'd like to come up. If I could be anything right now, what would I be? 2 of our lovely guests told me that I should have been a model. I wish that I had chosen that as my occupation, because I absolutely love clothing. Just imagine that I could do what I love every single minute of every single day. Why did I choose to become an accountant? Because I'm more clever? Was that really the more intelligent choice? I don't know. I'm starting to question my decisions in life. What I would also love about being a model is all of the shoes and all the
many of you know, whenever I go to an African country, I always make a purchase of a dress. Imagine me being an African model. I think you guys should help me make this dream materialize. Thank you very much.
Well, and we can see by the way you turned out today that you certainly have the potential to be a model. And I was reading the other day about Reese Witherspoon and how she got to keep, I think it was 56 pairs of Jimmy Choos after one of her movies. Yeah, a good choice. And as an accountant, you have a very solid backup on that. So beauty and brains, a good combination. Right, Annika, you my next.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. Fellow Toastmasters, my topic for today is the most important thing to do if you find yourself in a hole is to stop digging. The most important thing to do if you find yourself in a hole is to stop digging.
Did it?
Oh, you got stuck with that.
Yeah, because I want to change.
Dig another hole.
Oh. Thank you. My second option is if you do what you are always done, if you do what you have always done, you will get what you have always got. Yes, this one, I agree. I've been trying to lose weight, baby fat, for the past 8 years. Every night before I go to sleep, tell myself tomorrow I'll wake up at 3:30. I do have an Obitrek in another room. I'm going to go to an Obitrek for 30 minutes while listening to my gong. And I do set an alarm. My alarm goes off at 3:30. For the past 8 years, I sometimes do it, sometimes I don't. But if I can change my habit and start doing it, maybe I can lose the baby fat. The clothes doesn't fit. But if the clothes gets really tight, I do it consistently. But it's just hard. Just like standing in front of people. It doesn't get easier. So if there was a tip behind this, I would implement it. But because I'm challenged with this today, I will do things differently.
Thank you, Annika. I certainly know what the challenge is around baby fat. I have carried mine for about 11 years now, so we'd have to change something there, really change it up to make a difference on that. Right, so I am looking for a volunteer. Yes, please. Sorry, I don't remember your name. Quibus.
How are you preparing for the fourth industrial revolution? Madam Topic Master, you assume I know what that is.
You need a new card.
assume it would be something like the third industrial revolution, just more technologically oriented. I am working in this industry, websites, mobile apps, all those kind of things, and therefore I am already prepared for it. I have just made my first hire in my company as a developer, and unfortunately for me, he can do mobile apps, which I can't do. I'm just a website developer. So now my company is now 2 people strong. Yes. Whoa! Yeah. And one of them is modern app. So that's great. So I can really focus on expanding my offering, my company offering. I think I'm getting there to be prepared.
Very nice to hear that you've started your own business and you've made progress with your first hire, so you've increased your employee rate by 100%. Well done. And I have one more person, please. Oh, yes, you go. Thank you. Hugo, I've seen the jerseys of the man of the day.
You're trying to influence everyone. Reinvention is a way to take charge of your life. I had to reinvent myself when I lost my job. I was employed by Zimbabwe Cricket a few years ago as Chief Executive Officer of one of their cricket franchises. So I was responsible for putting together the franchise from inception through to day one when things started happening. So it was hiring coaches. In fact, one of the coaches I hired, I'm glad to say, Chris Silverwood, is now the coach of England. So he was my coach at some point. Anyhow, a few years down the road of this amazing job, I was at loggerheads with the board of directors on the direction that the franchise should take. So invariably, had to throw in the towel, and I left. I love this job. It was who I was. It was everything to me. And the question started coming through. Dude, what are you doing? We don't see your cricket. What's going on? There was all sorts of stuff in the papers and so on as to why I'd left abruptly. The challenge then was, where do I go from here? So I went through a process of sitting back and thinking about what were my skills, what was I good at. One of the things that I'd done for many a day was TV, been on TV for a long time. So eventually, an offer came up. I joined a channel called Pesa TV. I relocated to South Africa, and with that, I started a new career, a new path, met new people, new friends, and that was how I reinvented myself. My topic sponsor. Thank you very much.
So those times of change, and when you realize that things are not working for you as they weren't working for you, Hugo, requires that inner reflection and a shift in your path so that you're able to move forward and onward, and well done on the reinvention of yourself. I have 2 left, if I can...
Go for it, yes. In through the nose.
If I
could change one thing from my past, what would it be? Wow, good. This usually requires a lot of reflection because, as we all know, your present is determined by your past. So, if I could change one thing from my past, what would it be? I was born in Zambia to a mom, dad, me and my sister. We moved to South Africa when I was 8. And I lost my dad when I was 10 while I was on a trip to Zambia. Since I was 10, it didn't really hit me at all. I didn't really reflect on that. I was like, okay, it's one of those things. It was sort of explained to me. But as you get older and you reflect, you start seeing how people in your life influence who you become as a man, who you become as an adult, and also how you grow up. So I think if I could change one thing about my past, it would probably be I would like to have grown up with my dad as an influence in my life, because I feel like that kind of influence and direction is one of the biggest things that's missing in men and in young kids' lives these days. Okay, the fact that I'm here is I'm trying to look for my own path and learn from other people. But yeah, I think if I could change one thing, then I would change that, because I think that would have made the biggest difference. Thank you.
Thanks, Fred.
Thanks, Fred. That was really touching, and thank you for sharing about the loss of your father with us, and the influence that he may have had on you, and the fact that you're looking for support amongst other peers here at Toastmasters today. So, from my perspective, that concludes my table topics master task for today.